Today I'll be explaining how to clean out the RHINOVATOR, which is a bond-resistant polypropylene forced action mixer, which is predominantly used for resin-bound surfacing. First off, and apologies, this isn't to sound patronizing, but make sure that you have disconnected the mixer from the power supply before attempting to clean the mixer out. And do not allow the mixer's electrical parts to come into contact with any liquid. And remember, this is not a steel forced action mixer, so there is no need to use any naked flame, heat, mechanical abrasion, corrosive chemicals, or anything of that sort in order to clean out the drum or the chute. So all the disclaimers out the way, now let me talk you through the 8-step process on how to clean out your forced action mixer. Step number 1, open the mixer lid by pulling back on the spring plunger. Step number 2, remove the mixing arms by pulling them upwards. Sometimes they can be a little bit stiff, so be sure to give them a good pull. Step number 3 is to remove the drive shaft spindle and either clean it or dispose of it. To clean it, follow the next part of the cleaning process, which I'm about to explain to you. Or if it's just easier for you to dispose of it, then I'll leave a link to some replacements down in the description below. Step number 4 is to now go and clean the drum, but just for reference, this is the buildup of the resin and aggregates within the drum after a 63 square meter install, where I purposely got our mixer operator not to clean it throughout the whole of the install that took place. So the resin is actually cured now, which is going to make it slightly more challenging to clean. But even with that, I'll show you how easy it still is. And to clean the mixer, first spray on the non-hazardous Rhino drum cleaner on the inside of the drum and just leave it for a few minutes in order to soak in. Now, if the resin hadn't cured and say you were cleaning out during an install, which we do still recommend that you do, you would just be able to use a rag or even perhaps a scraper to scrape out the machine after spraying that drum cleaner. We do recommend cleaning the mixer out roughly every 10 mixes or after the end of an install, just depending on what comes first. Now, if you're in the situation where the resin has cured, just like I'm in now, then don't worry, it still comes off really easily. So let me show you that next. All you need to do is grab a scraper and start scraping out the drum. After a couple of minutes of scraping, you may notice some resin residue. Just spray on some more drum cleaner and then give it another scrape and then wipe it down afterwards. It took me about 10 minutes to clean this drum and it's pretty much now spotless. Step number 5 is to undo the thumb wheel and retaining bolt to remove the trapdoor and clean the trapdoor out using the same cleaning methods that we've discussed in order to ensure that it's free from resin and debris. Step number 6 is to then clean the mixer arms, because the cleaner they are, the better they'll perform. We recommend taking a wire brush to the bolts that secure the mixing shovels to make sure that resin doesn't build up on these. You'll thank yourself for it later when those blades have eventually worn down and you can just simply pop them off and pop some new ones back on instead of replacing your whole mixer arm. And that really is a step-by-step guide as to how simple it is to clean the RHINOVATOR. Now, if you do have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And if you would like to order yourself a RHINOVATOR, well, I leave a link down in the description too. I'll also leave some other useful videos on the RHINOVATOR, which you can check out here. With that being said, I'll see you over in the next one.